Ladies, I've been in this game a long time, talking to men, talking to women, trying to figure out why relationships work, why men fall in love, and what it really is that makes a man sit up and take notice. And I'm going to tell you something that women need to hear loud and clear, because too often we complicate things way more than they need to be. Men are simple creatures at heart. You can overthink it all day, trying to dress a certain way, act a certain way, say certain things, and you might think you're doing everything right, but if you're missing this one thing, it's not going to work. The one thing a man finds most attractive is not what you think. It's not your body. It's not your hair. It's not your clothes. Sure, those things might catch his eye for a moment, but if you want to make him stop, notice, and actually want to be with you, you need to understand this. Confidence, that's the word. That's the power. Confidence is magnetic. When a woman knows her worth, when she carries herself with pride, when she doesn't try to chase a man or beg for attention, that is what makes him pause. And I don't mean fake confidence. I mean real confidence, deep down confidence, the kind that makes you stand tall, even when things aren't perfect, the kind that makes you smile when someone underestimates you, the kind that makes you say, I know who I am, and I'm not changing for anyone. Men can feel it. They don't always say it. They might not put it into words, but they notice it. They see it in the way you walk into a room, the way you hold your head high, the way you speak without needing permission. You see, men are hunters by nature. They love a challenge, but a confident woman is not about playing games. She's not about being difficult just to see if he cares. She's about being herself and being unapologetic about it. That's the real allure. A man can tell when a woman is pretending to be someone she's not, trying to fit into some mold that she thinks he wants. That doesn't attract him, that repels him. But when a woman is comfortable in her own skin, when she laughs at herself, when she owns her quirks, that's irresistible. He doesn't even know why he's drawn to you, but he is. And that, my friends, is the power of confidence. Confidence also means knowing your boundaries. It means understanding that you deserve respect, love, and honesty, and you're not willing to settle for anything less. A man finds that attractive because it shows him that you're not desperate, that you value yourself, and that you're in the relationship for the right reason. And let me tell you something else. Men respect a woman who respects herself. If you're constantly bending over backwards, always saying yes, always available, always chasing, he will see it, and he will take it for granted. But a woman who has standards, who knows when to say no, who keeps her life full and her energy focused on her goals, she becomes magnetic without even trying. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about being full of yourself, full of life, and letting a man decide if he's worthy of your time. Another thing men notice, and maybe more than you realize, is the energy you bring into a room. Confidence radiates. It's in the way you speak, the way you move, the way you carry yourself. When you're confident, you're not needy. You don't require constant reassurance. You smile without asking for approval. You shine without dimming anyone else. And men deep down are drawn to that kind of energy because it makes them feel good about themselves. It makes them want to step up. It makes them feel like they're part of something powerful. They may try to hide it. They may act indifferent, but they notice. That's why confidence is far more attractive than a perfect body or a designer outfit. Those things fade. Confidence lasts. Confidence inspires. Confidence creates a connection that goes beyond the superficial. And men crave that connection, whether they admit it or not. Confidence also makes a woman unstoppable. When you're confident, you pursue your goals, your passions, your dreams without hesitation. You're not waiting for a man to validate your life. You're living your life fully, and a man sees that and admires it. And here's the thing, men want to be with women who elevate them, who make them want to be better versions of themselves. A confident woman does that naturally. She's not controlling. She's inspiring. She doesn't yell or nag. She shows by example. And men can't help but be attracted to that because deep down, we all want someone who motivates us, who challenges us to grow, who makes life exciting just by being in it. And don't misunderstand me. Confidence is not about being arrogant. Arrogance is a shield, a mask that tries to hide insecurity. Confidence is the opposite. It's quiet, it's steady, it's real. It doesn't need to prove itself. It doesn't need constant attention. It's the kind of presence that makes people gravitate toward you naturally without forcing it. And men, whether they know it or not, are drawn to that kind of presence because it's rare, it's powerful, and it's authentic. A man will go out of his way to be around that woman because she's not just another face in the crowd. She's someone who makes him feel alive, someone who makes him want to step up, someone who makes him feel proud to be with her. So, ladies, if you want to know the secret, the real thing that a man finds most attractive, it's not about changing yourself to fit his idea of perfection. It's not about chasing or trying too hard. It's about embracing yourself fully, loving yourself fiercely, and walking through life with your head held high. Confidence doesn't just make you attractive. It makes you unforgettable. And that, my friends, is the power that men notice. The power that keeps them coming back. The power that makes them want to invest in you and your life. Let me tell you something that most women don't understand about men. And I've been saying this for years. Men are simple, and yet women make everything so complicated. You think a man is going to be impressed by the perfect outfit or the perfect makeup or the perfect Instagram photo, and sometimes, yes, those things get his attention for a second. But if you want him to really notice you, to really be drawn to you, to want to be around you, to actually invest in you, there's only one thing that truly matters, and it's not what you're thinking. It's not about how you look. It's not about what you do. The one thing a man finds most attractive in a woman is confidence. And I don't just mean the fake kind, the kind you put on for social media. I mean real confidence, the kind that comes from knowing who you are, knowing your worth, and being unapologetic about it. You see, men are drawn to women who stand in their power, not women who are constantly seeking approval, not women who are trying to please everyone around them, not women who are bending over backwards to get attention. A confident woman is someone who carries herself with pride, who doesn't change. A man who doesn't beg for love and who doesn't apologize for being herself. And let me tell you something, men notice that. They may not say it out loud. They may not post it on social media. They may act like it doesn't matter, but deep down they feel it. There's a difference between someone who looks good and someone who owns themselves. And men are wired to respond to the latter. Confidence is more than just carrying yourself with pride. It's about knowing your boundaries. It's about understanding that you deserve respect, that you deserve honesty, that you deserve love, and refusing to settle for anything less. A man sees that, and he's drawn to it because it tells him you are someone serious, someone who values herself, someone who isn't going to tolerate nonsense. And when a man knows you value yourself, it makes him want to step up. It challenges him to be better, to be the kind of man who can meet you where you are. And that's exactly what men want. They want a partner who inspires them, not someone who drags them down or constantly needs validation. Now, don't get me wrong. Men like beauty. I'm not going to lie to you, we notice it. But beauty fades. Confidence lasts. Confidence is what makes a man look at a woman and feel like she's the only one in the room. Confidence is what makes a man stay when things get tough, when life isn't perfect, when problems arise. It's what makes a man want to be a part of your life long term, not just for a fling or a night out. A woman who knows who she is, who embraces herself fully, and who is comfortable in her own skin is magnetic. She draws people to her naturally because she doesn't need anyone to complete her. She is already whole, and that's powerful. Confidence also shows in the little things. It's in the way you speak, the way you hold your head high, the way you smile without asking for permission. It's in the way you laugh at yourself, in the way you carry yourself when you walk into a room. Men notice those things, even when they think they don't. Men respond to energy. They respond to presence, and confidence is an energy that radiates. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's steady and undeniable. A confident woman doesn't try to prove herself. She doesn't have to. Her presence says it all. And men are drawn to that presence because it makes them feel alive. It makes them feel proud. It makes them want to invest in her life and be part of her world. Another part of confidence that men find irresistible is independence. A confident woman doesn't need a man to complete her. She has her own goals, her own dreams, her own life. She's not sitting around waiting for someone to rescue her or give her purpose. She creates her own purpose, and that's attractive. Men want someone who's strong, someone who can hold her own, someone who brings value into a relationship, not someone who drains them or depends on them for everything. Independence and confidence go hand in hand, because when a woman is confident, she doesn't settle. She knows what she deserves. She knows what she wants. And she's not afraid to walk away if it's not right. And men respect that because it shows strength, character, and self-respect. Confidence also makes a woman fun to be around. When you're comfortable in your own skin, you don't stress over every little thing. You laugh, you joke, you enjoy life, and you bring that energy into every room you enter. Men notice that. They are drawn to joy, to positivity, to someone who isn't constantly overthinking or seeking approval. A confident woman makes a man feel good just by being herself. She doesn't have to manipulate. She doesn't have to play games. She doesn't have to beg. Her energy, her presence, her confidence do all the work for her. And here's another truth. Confidence is contagious. When you're confident, you lift the people around you. A confident woman makes a man want to rise to her level, to step up, to be the best version of himself. She inspires him without saying a word. And that is something that goes deeper than looks or charm. That's something that builds long-term attraction. Men want women who challenge them in a positive way, who encourage growth, who make life exciting, who bring stability and strength into a relationship. Confidence does all of that naturally. So if you want to know what a man finds most attractive, stop focusing on superficial things. Stop worrying about what he thinks about your outfit, your body, your hair, or your makeup. Focus on yourself. Build your confidence. Love yourself. Stand tall. Know your worth. Embrace your quirks, your imperfections, your flaws, because that's what makes you real. That's what makes you unforgettable. And when a man sees that, he will notice. He will respect you. He will be drawn to you, and he will want to be part of your life. Confidence is not just attractive, it's magnetic. It's the one thing that will make a man want you more than anything else, more than beauty, more than charm, more than anything temporary. Confidence is lasting. Confidence is power. Confidence is the key to real attraction. Let me tell you something that many women don't understand. You think a man is impressed by a designer purse, the perfect hairstyle, or the way you dress on a Friday night. And yes, those things might catch his eye for a moment. But if you really want him to notice you, if you want him to want to be around you and to invest in you, there's only one thing that matters, one thing that stands out above all else, above looks, above charm, above all the little tricks people try to use, and that is confidence. Real, authentic confidence. Not the fake kind that comes from trying to impress everyone else, not the kind that hides behind filters or social media likes, but the kind that comes from knowing who you are and owning it. That is what makes a man stop, what makes him pay attention, and what makes him want to be with you. Men are simple creatures at heart. We're wired to respond to energy, to presence, to someone who knows herself and isn't afraid to show it. A woman who has confidence doesn't need constant validation. She doesn't need a man to tell her she's beautiful, smart, or worthy. She knows it already, and that makes her magnetic. Men notice the energy, even if they don't always say it out loud. They notice when you walk into a room and don't need anyone's permission to exist. When you carry yourself with pride, when your laughter fills a space without forcing it. That is irresistible because it communicates something deep. This woman values herself, and she expects the same from everyone else. Confidence is not arrogance. Arrogance is loud, it's trying too hard, it's a mask that hides insecurity. Confidence is quiet, steady, and powerful. It's in the way you speak, the way you hold your head high, the way you look someone in the eye without fear or apology. When a woman is confident, a man can feel it. He may act indifferent, he may tease or joke, but deep down he's drawn to it. Confidence signals that you are someone worth knowing, someone who won't settle, someone who knows her worth and won't compromise it for just anyone. And men are wired to respond to that. because it challenges them in the best way. It makes them want to rise to the occasion. Independence is a huge part of confidence. A woman who has her own life, her own goals, her own dreams is irresistible because she doesn't rely on a man to complete her. She's not sitting around waiting for someone to rescue her or validate her existence. She's busy building her life, and that makes her magnetic. Men respect that because it shows strength, intelligence, and self-sufficiency. It also makes them feel like they want to be part of something strong, something powerful, and someone who can elevate their life too. Confidence and independence together create a combination that men can't resist. Another part of confidence that draws men in is authenticity. A woman who is comfortable with who she is, flaws and all, is magnetic. She laughs at herself. She owns her quirks. She doesn't pretend to be someone. She's not just to impress a man. That authenticity signals honesty and strength. And men are attracted to strength because it makes them feel safe and respected. When a man is with a woman who is authentic, he doesn't have to pretend either. He can relax, he can be himself, and that builds a connection that lasts. Confidence also shows in how a woman handles life's challenges. When things don't go perfectly, a confident woman doesn't crumble. She doesn't panic. She faces obstacles with poise and determination. She's resilient. Men notice that. They notice how you respond to stress, how you treat yourself when no one else is looking, how you maintain your standards even when it's hard. That is far more attractive than anything superficial. Men are drawn to women who have inner strength because it signals stability, security, and a life that's worth investing in. And let's talk about energy. Confidence is contagious. A woman who carries herself with energy, positivity, and joy is magnetic. Men respond to joy because it makes them feel good. It makes them want to be around that energy. Confidence is not just about being self-assured. It's about creating an environment that uplifts everyone around you. And men notice that. They feel it. It makes them want to stay. It makes them want to engage. And it makes them want to be part of your life. Confidence also shows in the way a woman communicates. She speaks clearly. She expresses her thoughts. She doesn't shy away from being heard. She stands up for herself without being aggressive. She listens, but she also has a voice that matters. Men notice that because it shows intelligence, self-respect, and maturity. A confident woman doesn't need to manipulate, beg, or play games to get what she wants. She communicates with clarity, honesty, and strength. And that is magnetic. Now, I want to be clear, confidence doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you never make mistakes. It doesn't mean you never have moments of insecurity. It means you acknowledge your flaws, you embrace them, and you keep moving forward. That is what men find attractive because it's real, it's human, it's relatable. Men are drawn to women who are real because it creates trust, it creates stability, and it creates a foundation for a deep, lasting connection. When a woman has confidence, she also has boundaries. She doesn't let just anyone walk all over her. She knows what she will accept and what she won't. That is incredibly attractive because it shows self-respect. Men want a woman who respects herself because it challenges them to respect her too. It sets the tone for a healthy, balanced relationship, and men respond to that naturally. Confidence, boundaries go hand in hand, creating a combination that is powerful, magnetic, and unforgettable. Confidence is also sexy. Yes, it's sexy. Not the kind of superficial sexiness that's all about looks, but the kind of sexiness that comes from owning yourself, from walking into a room and owning it, from speaking your truth, from living your life fully without apology. That is the kind of attraction that lasts, that sticks. That keeps a man coming back because he's drawn to the woman's energy, her aura, her presence. So if you want to know the one thing a man finds most attractive, it's confidence. Not looks, not charm, not pretending to be someone else. Confidence is power. Independence, authenticity, strength, and sexiness all rolled into one. It's the one thing that makes a man notice you, respect you, and want to be part of your life. Confidence is magnetic. Confidence is unforgettable. Confidence is the real secret to attraction.